Every morning for millions of older adults, the day doesn't begin with coffee. It begins with pain, aches in the legs, stiffness in the knees, sore joints. Even a quick trip to the store can feel like an uphill battle. You might think it's just age catching up with you, but that's not the full story. In most cases, it's not aging. It's the lack of three simple nutrients your body needs. Medical studies show that over 80% of women over 60 aren't getting enough of these vital elements. The result, weak legs, quick fatigue, joint pain with every step, and the constant fear of falling. It's not a coincidence, it's a pattern. But here's the good news. Doctors now know which foods can restore strength, reduce pain, and bring back mobility. They're affordable, easy to find, and one of them is probably sitting in your fridge right now. Stick around till the end, because one of these three everyday foods might just surprise you. Its impact on your muscles could be exactly what your body's been missing. This discovery is recent, but the results are truly impressive. If staying healthy, active, and independent in older age matters to you, hit subscribe. Here you'll find simple tips that actually work. Now let's begin. Most people think weakness in the legs happens suddenly, but in reality it creeps in, quietly, slowly, without warning. It doesn't crash into your life like a heart attack. It shows up while you're standing at the stove, holding onto the counter, because you felt a slight wobble. It all starts small. One day you realize you can't get up from a chair without using your hands, not because it hurts, but because something feels switched off, like your legs aren't listening. What you don't realize is, at that exact moment, you've already taken and failed a quiet test of independence. Now you don't sit as confidently, you rise more slowly, you start looking for seats that are higher up, avoiding soft chairs that are too low or hard to get out of. You catch yourself thinking, what if I sink too deep into that couch? That thought is your warning sign. Your leg muscles aren't just flesh, they're the foundation of your mobility. They're what keep you upright, stable, and independent. And once that foundation starts to crumble, everything else follows. Not today, not tomorrow, but in just a few weeks, you might stop wanting to leave the house at all. From a medical point of view, the process is clear. After age 60, your body enters a phase called sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass. Each year, we lose 1 to 3% of our muscles. And no, it's not just because you aren't using them. It's because you're not giving your body the materials it needs to maintain them. It's like a company in crisis, cutting costs, laying off workers, shutting down departments, and the first ones to go? Your leg muscles. Why? Because they need the most energy, protein, and minerals. And when your body doesn't get enough, it starts letting them go. Soon, climbing stairs feels like running a marathon. That little store downstairs feels like it's miles away. You start moving less. And your muscles think, well, we're not needed here. And they leave for good. The scariest part isn't the pain. It's what happens before the pain even starts. You stop feeling strong, that steady, grounded feeling in your legs. It fades. First you walk less. Then you stand up less often. And soon you start planning your entire day around one fear. What if I fall? That's the real trap. You don't even realize you've fallen into it. You just think you're tired. Maybe you didn't sleep well. Maybe it's just a tough day. But in reality, each day you're slowly losing the strength that keeps you standing in this world. At first you blame it on age, then maybe your blood pressure, then the weather. But the truth is, muscles can't survive without protein and essential nutrients. And most older adults eat like everything's fine, when in reality they're facing serious deficiencies. Some might say, well, that's just aging, but that's not true. Aging isn't a sentence. Losing muscle isn't normal. It's the result of doing nothing. And the good news? Muscles can be brought back. Not with pills, but with proper food. You need to understand, weakness in your legs isn't just about legs, it's about your brain, your heart, your digestion, your bones. Muscles are like batteries, they power your whole body. And if you lose them, your body starts to fade away. But there's a way back, and it's not found in a pharmacy. It's found in your kitchen, because it's the food you eat that decides whether you'll fall or rise again. In the next section, I'll share the one food that starts this journey, and you might be surprised because it's something you probably haven't valued in a long time. This is a food your grandmother ate, and she could get up without a second thought. It's a food that's now viewed with suspicion, blamed for cholesterol, considered heavy, and deemed old-fashioned. But that's a mistake, because this isn't just food, it's the blueprint for building your muscles. I'm talking about ordinary eggs. The paradox is that older people fear eggs the most, but they're exactly what they need. Why? Because an egg is more than just protein. It's a natural all-in-one kit for building muscle. Amino acids, B vitamins, iron, choline, selenium, everything your body needs to kickstart its muscle production. You can eat meat, fish, drink kefir, but still face deficiencies. Because as we age, our bodies needs change. As we age, our bodies struggle to absorb food properly. But eggs, they're different. The protein in eggs is absorbed almost completely, even if your stomach is already tired. Scientists call egg protein reference protein, meaning it's the ideal protein. It becomes part of your body's tissues with almost no loss. Imagine you need to repair a wall. Eggs are like the perfect bricks for the job, not abstract proteins, but the exact material your body needs. Besides protein, eggs contain choline. It's like an electrician who repairs the connection between your muscles and your brain. Without this link, your muscles don't respond. You might want to stand up, but your legs don't move. Choline restores that communication, and then there's lutein and zeaxanthin. These nutrients work deep within your tissues, reducing the chronic inflammation that eats away at muscles from the inside. Aging isn't just about loss, it's about the fire inside your body. These two fighters put that fire out. And the egg yolk, that's a true treasure. It contains fats that nourish your cells. And don't fear the cholesterol in eggs. Doctors have long known it has almost no impact on your health. The level of bad cholesterol in your blood is one thing, but when it comes to muscle strength, it has a huge impact. Do you know what athletes do when they're cutting weight? They eat eggs. Why? Because eggs provide pure protein without any waste. Older adults also need to cut, but not for a six-pack. It's about shedding excess fat and rebuilding muscle. And for that, eggs are the perfect tool. How do you eat them? Boiled, scrambled, in an omelet, no matter how. Just avoid frying them in a ton of oil. It's better to boil them and top with herbs. 2 eggs for breakfast, and you've already given your body what it needs. If you can't eat eggs every day, try every other day, but make it consistent. Ideally in the morning, because it's like filling up your tank before a road trip. If you don't fuel up, you won't make it through the day. Without protein, your body runs in emergency mode. Yes, there are people who don't like eggs. In that case, you can add them to salads, make pâté, or mix them with soft cottage cheese and mustard for a tasty spread. But don't ignore them, because eggs are the first food that truly works. Want to get up from the couch easily? Want to stop fearing stairs? Want to feel that strength again? Your body starts obeying you again, instead of just going through the motions. Start with something simple. 100 years ago, soldiers, miners, and farmers had eggs for breakfast because they knew eggs are strength. In the next section, I'll introduce you to a food that smells like the sea and is often associated with simplicity, but inside it is the solution to issues like circulation, inflammation, and bone decay. It's eaten by the less fortunate but valued by the smart. Let me tell you about canned fish. They can heal your joints if you aren't afraid of the smell. A small can, packed with the scent of the sea and a lot of misconceptions. Many wrinkle their noses the moment it's opened. Others say, ugh, food for the poor. But that's a mistake, because in that small can is the solution to the 3 main problems of an aging body: inflammation, weakness, and brittle bones. I'm talking about sardines. Sardines aren't for gourmets. They're for those who want to walk, not lie down, for those who want to smile, not complain. Because in these tiny fish lies a huge power, a power you literally consume with a spoon. No prescriptions, no doctors, no injections needed. The main benefit of sardines is the protein they provide. It gives your body everything it needs to repair tissues. This is highly bioavailable protein, which means your body can use it almost completely. And most importantly, even a weak stomach, like that of an older person, can easily handle it. But protein is just the beginning. The real treasure of sardines lies in their omega-3 fatty acids. These powerful acids reduce inflammation, not just the mild kind, but the type that erodes your joints, disrupts circulation, and causes that deep, nagging pain in your legs. Omega-3s act like foam, putting out an internal fire. Another benefit, vitamin D, a nutrient that's often lacking in older adults. Without enough of it, calcium can't be absorbed properly, which makes bones brittle and muscles weak. Sardines provide nearly your entire daily requirement of vitamin D in just 1 can. No sun, no supplements needed. And don't worry about the bones. They aren't hard, inedible bones. They're soft, chewable reservoirs of calcium and phosphorus. These minerals are what make bones strong and help reduce the risk of fractures. Want to avoid a cane? Start eating sardines. Sardines, with their soft bones, offer even more benefits. They're great for your heart. Their omega-3s help regulate blood pressure, lower triglycerides, and improve circulation. The better your circulation, the faster your muscles get the nutrients they need and recover. Some might say, so what? There are a lot of fish out there. True, but not all fish are like sardines. They're small, which means they don't have time to accumulate mercury and other toxins, like tuna. Sardines are one of the safest fish and also one of the most nutrient-dense. How to eat them, however you like. In a salad, on toast, as pâté, or in pasta, mixed with lemon juice, herbs, and a touch of mustard, and you've got a delicious dinner. After that, your muscles will definitely thank you. The key is to eat them at least twice a week, not as medicine, but as a habit. Yes, their taste is distinct, but it's all about getting used to it. If you can't eat them plain, hide them in an omelet or add them to a veggie soup. Believe me, it's a small price to pay for how you'll feel in a month. You don't have to love sardines, but if you want to regain your strength, they're worth giving a chance. A small fish might not be the most beautiful, but it works better than any advertisement you'll find in a pharmacy. Next, it gets even more interesting. We'll talk about a food that doesn't smell, doesn't make noise, and doesn't cause disgust. It's modest, but it builds you up silently throughout the night. And if you eat it right, you wake up a different person. Let's talk about the white silence that heals you at night. There's a food that doesn't boast about itself. It doesn't sizzle on the pan, doesn't smell like spices, and doesn't need any recipes. People eat it quietly, but it works when you're fast asleep. When the pills are quiet, muscles start to heal. That food is natural yogurt. No, not the sugary strawberry dessert with more sugar than health benefits. I mean real yogurt, plain, tart, and alive, with live bacteria and no hidden flavorings. Why is it so beneficial? Because it contains slow-digesting protein. It doesn't burn up like sugar. It breaks down gradually, providing nutrients to your muscles all night while you sleep. Your body draws from that yogurt to help repair tissues, ligaments, even nerve endings. But that's just the beginning. The real magic lies in the probiotics, the tiny bacteria that work in your gut like technicians in a warehouse. They help your body absorb proteins, vitamins, and minerals. Without them, you could eat a bucket of healthy food, but it won't help. An older body is like an old factory. The machinery is still there, but it works intermittently. Probiotics are the repairmen. They clean the pipes, lubricate the gears, and ensure everything is running smoothly, allowing your body to absorb nutrients properly. With yogurt, everything you eat starts working for you. Yogurt is also rich in calcium, but it's not just about bones. Calcium is a key trigger for muscle contractions. If you don't get enough, your legs won't hold you up. But yogurt gives you calcium in a form that even a weak stomach can handle. Have you noticed how you sleep better after having yogurt for dinner? That's no coincidence. The proteins absorbed at night help lower cortisol levels, the hormone of stress. That means less internal tension, better recovery, and less muscle pain. You can enhance the effect by adding a pinch of cinnamon. It helps stabilize blood sugar and fights inflammation. Or you can add a bit of honey for flavor and a calming touch. What you'll get is not a dessert, but a spoonful of medicine. Some people can't tolerate dairy, so look for lactose-free versions or make kefir from a starter culture. The key is not to skip it. This quiet builder works where other methods fail, deep within each cell of your body. Yogurt is not about instant effects. It's about building a foundation. Every evening, you give your body the building blocks to help you wake up not in pain, but with ease. And if you do this regularly, in a month, you won't even recognize your legs. It's inexpensive. It doesn't require any cooking. It doesn't demand attention, but it works better than many medications. The main thing is to remember it, not just as food, but as a ritual of recovery. If you're looking for a way to help yourself without chemicals, surgery, or pain, start with yogurt. This simple, silent remedy works while you sleep. In the next section, we'll bring everything together and I'll show you how to create a menu with these 3 foods that will reset your body. The 5th item, a breakfast stronger than any medicine. You can eat 1,000 healthy foods and still not get any benefits. Why? Because food isn't just a list of ingredients. It's like an orchestra. If the instruments play out of tune, it's chaos. But if you combine them correctly, it creates music that wakes up your body. Here are 3 key ingredients: eggs, sardines, and yogurt. Individually, they're powerful. Together, they're explosive. They don't just complement each other, they amplify each other. Eggs provide amino acids, sardines give you fats and minerals, and yogurt offers probiotics and calcium, all in an easily digestible form. Start your morning with this. Not coffee, not toast with jam, but a breakfast that will not only fill you up, but also repair your body. 2 eggs, a little sardines, a teaspoon of olive oil, and a drop of lemon juice. You can make it into an omelet or just boil it, doesn't matter. The important thing is to give your body what it needs. Building blocks, cement, and working hands. Next up, a snack instead of cookies. 150 grams of natural yogurt, a pinch of cinnamon, a bit of chia seeds, and if you want an extra boost, a spoonful of finely chopped sardines. Sounds odd, right? But it works really well. Dinner, the time when your body gets ready to repair itself. Give it everything it needs, an omelet with yogurt instead of milk, filled with sardines, spinach, a little garlic, and tomatoes. This is not just food. It's a nighttime repair crew working while you sleep. You can switch things up. Don't like sardines? Swap them for mackerel or tuna? Not a fan of yogurt? Try kefir. Just make sure it's unsweetened. The main idea is that every meal should be meaningful. Not just something you eat, but something that nourishes your body. People often say, I don't have the energy to cook. But to boil 2 eggs doesn't require being a chef, and opening a can of sardines doesn't need a diploma. Yogurt? You can simply scoop it out with a spoon. It's not about complexity, it's about choice. Every day you decide, will you feed illness or build health? In a couple of weeks, you'll start noticing changes. You'll find it easier to climb the stairs. You'll stop looking for something to hold on to just to get up. The constant feeling that your body isn't obeying you will fade because your muscles are starting to come back, and with them, your confidence. Here's where true prevention lies, not in pills, but in the kitchen, not in doctors' prescriptions, but in the recipes you can make in 10 minutes. And this is not an illusion, it's physiology. Your body responds to nutrition, and it does so quickly. Remember, you don't need to change your entire diet. Simply adding one new meal a day is enough to start seeing shifts, because when you eat, you're sending a signal to your body. I'm supporting you. I'm ready to change. Turn food into medicine. Not abstractly, not philosophically, but literally. Make your breakfast a pharmacy, your dinner a repair session, and your snack a power-up. You'll be amazed at how quickly your body responds when you treat it not as a sack of bones, but as a living mechanism. Next, we'll talk about the most interesting part, recipes that are simple, not fancy, but incredibly effective. Forget about complicated diets and endless ingredients. True brilliance lies in simplicity. If you think healthy eating is bland and boring, it's because you haven't tried cooking with health in mind instead of just throwing things together. Here are 3 recipes that will rebuild your muscles, joints, and bones, piece by piece. Recipe number 1, Builder's Breakfast. 2 eggs, a can of sardines, and a teaspoon of olive oil. Crack everything into a bowl, whisk it together, and cook it on a non-stick pan. This omelet is full of strength with no extra fluff. Top it with some dill, not just for flavor, but for the right mindset. Recipe number 2, Quiet Snack. Take 150 grams of natural yogurt, add a pinch of cinnamon, a teaspoon of honey, and maybe some chia or flax seeds. And here's the secret, 1 spoonful of finely mashed sardines. It might sound strange, but this combination of probiotics, protein, and omega-3 creates a synergy that works wonders. Try it and you'll see. Recipe number 3, Pain-Free Dinner. Make an omelet with yogurt instead of milk. Add sardines, some sautéed spinach, a little garlic, and tomatoes. The key is to cook on low heat. Probiotics don't like boiling temperatures. This will be a dinner that doesn't just fill you up, but tells your body to start repairing. If you don't like the taste of sardines, mask it. Make a paste with lemon and mustard, mix it with avocado, or add it to soup. It's not about the flavor, it's about the effect, and that effect will come. And if you're craving something sweet, make a dessert. Yogurt plus cinnamon, a little cocoa, a handful of walnuts. Not only is it delicious, but it's also an anti-inflammatory cocktail for your joints. Another option, a salad made with boiled eggs, a drizzle of olive oil, sardine slices, and arugula, no salt. This is a snack for those who want to walk, not just rely on medication. Remember, recipes aren't magic. They're simply a way to combine the right elements, and the effects will show up when you stick to them. When did you first eat these foods? And when did you tell yourself, this is my foundation, my new way of eating? You can repeat them every day or change things up. It's not about variety, it's about consistency. Let it become as natural as brushing your teeth, because these foods don't just clean your teeth, they clean the years away. So here's the question. Are you ready to invest just 5 minutes a day to regain your freedom of movement? Or will you wait until your body says, I can't do this anymore? Conclusion, don't lose your strength while it's still within reach. Many people age without even trying to fight it. They simply give up, saying, well, that's just age. But the truth is, age is not a diagnosis. It's a stage. And at every stage, you can either live or just exist. You can read about diseases, complain about your joints, swallow pills by the handful, or you can grab some eggs, a can of sardines, and some yogurt and start doing what actually works. Not quickly, but steadily. Because muscle strength isn't about the gym, it's about the freedom to walk to the store without fear, get out of bed without groaning, and climb stairs without praying, but with confidence. That is real strength. And it doesn't start with a workout, it starts with breakfast. You already know which foods you need, how to eat them, and why you can't recover without them. Now there's only one thing left to do, not tomorrow, but today, because tomorrow may be harder. If this was helpful, subscribe here. You'll find more simple solutions for your body that deserve care. And most importantly, share this video with those whose legs are already saying, enough. Help them say, let's go for more. Because old age isn't the end. It's just age, and age is just a number. Everything else is your choice.